Wednesday at 9. Tune in every time. We don't do no cap. Report only facts.
Man, it's the kid Emmanual Hudson, formerly getting known as Kosher, and I just want to give a huge shout out to the progress report. And no matter what you do, if it's good, report that progress. You feel me?
The progress report.
All right, what's going on? It's your girl Lala Shepherd. This is the progress report.
What's up? It's your girl DJ Excel.
Hey, we got our special guest in the building, Mr. Emmanual Hudson, aka Sick Kosher.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. Oh, there we go. I thought we lost you for a second.
Man, the low battery done, man.
Ah, shit. Get that cord.
You feel me?
That cord. All right, man. So, how you doing, man? How's everything going right now?
It's going. As far as like my life or just
everything.
I know, it's crazy.
It's a lot going on.
It's kind of hard to, like, you know what I'm saying, enjoy personal things when the world is hurting. So, just before first and foremost, before we dive into anything, I just want to say, you know what I'm saying, Rip George, we also have to like pray, you know what I'm saying, just for like a lot of the injustice that's going on around this world, because I mean, it's been going on for, since the beginning of time. And like, I feel like everybody should deal with all of this the way that they feel best. You know what I'm saying? I've said it before and I'll say it again. Mm-hmm. If you feel like rioting is the way to do it, go for it. If you feel like donating is the way to go for it. If you feel like praying, go for it. All of that stuff brings about change. 2 + 2 = 4. So does 3 + 1. So does 5 - 1. It all gonna bring. We all want the same thing. So do whatever you feel is best. Is going to bring about change, and just stay focused. A lot of this stuff is going on, and a lot of people you're getting beside the purpose of everything. So just stay focused and like stop worried about what everybody else is doing to bring about change. Worry about you. As long as you got you, that's all that matters. Don't look at these celebrities. Don't look at these non-celebrities. Don't do none of that. Just focus on what you can do, and then let everybody else do what they got to do.
Nah, that's a fact. We was definitely gonna ask your input on everything going on right now. Crazy times right now. Yeah. But like you said, just gotta stay focused, and worry about yourself and your thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
So, how are you staying creative during this time? Not only are we out here, fighting for our people and our lives, but we still under the quarantine technically.
I mean, I don't know. Like I had a lot of stuff like stocked up that we've been working on. So all this to keep creative is to like just perfect everything. Like me and my little brother, we have so much coming up individually and together that we just ready to share with the world. And of course, quarantine happened. So the most it has done is giving us a chance to work out all the kinks to anything that we would like to put up. And of course, I've started to write a little bit more serious music. So that's been keeping me busy and keeping my mind like just occupied with all the bull crap that's going on around the world. Because I'm a very like detailed and all I's dotted, T's crossed type person. So it'll take me 4 days to finish one verse.
I'm the same way. Hell yeah.
So I seen your graduation music video. What's that called?
The Ballin'. It's the Roddy Ricch Ballin' parody. Quarantine graduates.
Yeah. So, funny songs like that. Is that like easy to knock out, and then the more conscious stuff is like takes those 4 days, or what?
Yeah, man. I mean, I as a writer, like I annoy myself. You know what I'm saying? And not just being a writer, like with everything that I do, like I try to make sure like there's, a purpose behind it. And that can get really annoying because it kind of like takes up a lot of my time. Like I said, I take like 4 days to write a verse. And it makes me so mad because I'm like, I'll spit it to a couple friends. I'm like, yo, that sounds nice. Nah, I don't. Like, I think I can like da-da-da-da. Because it's like, it'll take me all day to write something, but when you get it, it's like, oh, this guy's a genius. You know what I'm saying? So it has to be genius for me, even if nobody else finally hears it and say, well, I don't get it. I don't care if you don't get it. you have to go back and listen to it 1,000 times for you to finally understand. So
4 days ain't shit to get a hit. You know what I'm saying?
Believe it or not, being that type of way, it's way harder for me to write about like materialistic things and just goofy things. I can't talk about how many women I got or the type of diamonds I'm rocking and stuff. Like that stuff is hard for me to come up with and just like, because it's like, I feel so like useless when I rap about that type of stuff. So none of my music is like, not necessarily glorifying it, but you'll never really catch me making music about cars and jewelry and stuff, regardless if I have it or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, that's too tough for me to like put together. I'd rather talk about conscious things.
You sound so serious, but then she ratchet.
I know, man. I know. It's like, it's just, I think it's a gift and a curse, man. Not necessarily super bad curse, but it's like, it's very, very time consuming because my little brother, like, he's more prolific than I am, but he's lyrical also. So it's like, I'm trying to get on his level when it comes to the timing of it.
Gotcha.
But when I do give you my masterpiece, it's like finding the love of your life. You go through your whole life struggling, dating everybody, talking stage and all this crap. When you finally get somebody that's worth it, it's like, oh, okay, take your time. It's worth it, you know? Right. So that's what it is.
Got you. So, okay, I definitely want to backtrack just a little bit. So we didn't give you like a formal introduction, but people may know you from a few different things, whether that's, you know, like Excel said, the creating the She Ratchet song that went viral, that was 2012. Of course, you know, doing comedy on Wild and Out, so improv, and you know, also too, you do music and amongst other things as well. But which came first, you know, the music, or you know, just finding out that you was funny or being a comedian? Like, which one came first?
Music has always been my first, you know what I'm saying, my first love. You know what I'm saying? That's my go-to. Before, even when I did the comedy kind of just happened. You know what I'm saying? Like I never wanted to be a comedian. I never saw myself on Wild 'N Out. That was never in the plan. How everything originally started, me and my little brother was literally just chilling at the crib, and two of my older brothers called, and they had actually made a song first. And then they called, they was like, hey, let's do video for video, a brotherly challenge. So me and Phil was like, all right, cool, you know, we with it. And then we put it on, at the time we were in high school, we put it online, like Facebook, and people was like, oh, this is hilarious, you should put it on YouTube. So we was like, all right, we'll put it on YouTube. And it just kind of like, it started like, you know, building a lot of hype. So me and my brother, two other brothers, we started going back and forth with videos. And it just so happens that like people were really feeling our videos. Sorry, O'Keefe and Matt, you guys suck, you lost. It's just started getting bigger and bigger from there. And then when I went off to college, it slowed down. Then I'm like, I wasn't really focused on that. And I ended up dropping a full mixtape of just like serious music. And I got kicked out of school. And then when I came home, I realized that it's been almost 2 years since I put anything out, whether that's music or just like comedy. So I came over asking all the questions. And I put it out, and the rest was history from there. And then Ratchet Girl Anthem shortly followed after. And then it was just from that point, my management at the time, they came in and was like, hey, you know, we want to sign you. It was an independent. And then I told them, they asked me, they was like, well, what do you know, what's next? I was like, a mixtape. I want to put out a mixtape. I want serious music. I want to let these folks know I can rap. This is what I want to do. This is what I'm focused on. And they was like, nah, we think you should ride the wave because you're getting super heavy and people, you know, Nick Cannon is calling and da-da-da. I'm like, man, I don't want to. I even asked Nick. I even told Nick. Nick hit me up and was, he told me this at the audition. I didn't even remember I did it. Nick hit me up at the audition and he was like, I remember when I came to you about being on Wild 'N Out and you told me straight up, I don't really care to be on a comedian. But you should check out my mixtape. And Nick was like, and I guess I got convinced to just literally like just go try out, and I ended up on the show.
That's wild. That's wild. Okay, so getting on the show, like, first of all, is everything off the top of your head? Is it a planned thing? Like, that's what
I would say for the most part, of course, like you have to come up with this stuff. But a lot of people ask, is the show scripted? For me, it's kind of both. Simply, even just being there, it's kind of both. Because when I first got on there, of course, like I have to do this stuff off the top of the dome. Like this is my first time there, but this is like my 11, maybe 12th season. So no, it's scripted to me in a sense because every season I go back, I already know the games we're playing.
Gotcha.
Like, you know what I'm saying? If I tried to use a pickup online on one of you two ladies and it's actually good, I'll probably go use it on the show. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So it's like working on your jokes in the off season when you know you got to come back another season. Now, but for the newbies, that's a whole different. So I don't know what they. Yeah. So yeah, sometimes even if you work all for a month straight on a joke, you'll get on stage and you never know what's in the crowd. So yes, a lot of it is improv. A lot of it is scripted when you've been there for multiple of seasons.
I see what you mean.
You feel me? Yeah.
Well, y'all run real smooth. Where I mean, of course they edit stuff. You know what I'm saying? But like,
smooth.
We be thinking like, how the hell y'all come off the top of your head with some of this stuff?
I'm gonna tell you like this: if you're ever able to catch the actual taping, it's of course it's way better than.
Man, we trying to get it there. It's always fucking sold out.
Yeah, man. Like, I'm not talking about I'm not talking about the two. Oh well, yeah, both of them be sold out. I'm talking about the actual taping at TP Studios. Like,
right.
Like that's you get an hour. You get an hour worth of just content, and then when they make it to TV, they cut a lot. So it's some jokes that I've done that y'all have never seen, probably will never see, that could have literally like elevated me even more. But they gotta. It's like everybody. It's kind of they can't be selfish with certain people. Like everybody has to get some shine. We be at home sometimes like, yo, man, they ain't gonna show the joke like they went crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you sitting at home like, bro.
Mad as hell.
Like that was a huge moment. I had everybody in the room cracking up. The world would have been crazy if they would have heard the joke. But that's just TV business.
Respect. What's one of the funniest memories you have so far?
On that show? The funniest?
Yep.
Oh man, it's so like that's. I'm gonna just go with the most recent one because that was literally actually hilarious, and it when in the middle of it, I felt like family. You know what I'm saying? Like that really, this is what like Wild 'N Out is supposed to be. We've even had some of the producers come to us and like, yo, it hasn't been like this in a long time. You guys almost seem like it's getting back to its old ways, because of course the more you do it, they try to structure things. And
of course,
sure, this is here, but it was the episode where Nick Cannon's little brother Jaden tried to ask Carlos a question when Carlos was a special guest, and literally sometimes we be sitting back and we forget our mic is on. So he walked up there and he tried to ask Carlos a question, and I don't know, man. I'm just chilling, and I just happened to, and he's on my team. That's how I know it was like natural. I'm just sitting there chilling, and I look down at his shoes. And I don't think the camera caught a good glimpse of what I saw, but it was so much space in the back of his shoes. Like, I just look, I'm chilling, halfway sleepy, and I was like, big ass shoes, but the mic was on. And once I said it, it was just a domino effect. You messing with Chico, DC, Carlos, like everybody that's joking on their stage, it was like a snowball effect. And they didn't show all of it like on TV, but in the moment, like we literally shut the show down for like 20 minutes laughing just at that joke, and I was literally crying. It literally felt like being in high school with the homies.
I'll go ahead and ask you, like, does it even feel like work to you, or what?
Nah, man, nah. Like sometimes, like we get a little rowdy because it is TV. So some stuff they have to like it be technical issues. Like if we say a joke and we get a reaction, we got to do the whole joke over because this camera wasn't rolling or this light was on. And it's like, well, man, it ain't gonna be the same. So then they try to start structuring stuff more. So some of the cast members, we get a little rowdy, like, man, we don't want to do that, man. Like y'all taking away the creativity, like you taking away the the family aspect of it. Let us just rock. Like, let us just really do what we do. So it's certain cast members on there that they let get away with a lot more because they know, like, hey man, they're like, oh yo, that's not a part of the game. I don't care if it's a part of the game. I'm gonna do what I want. Like me walking off stage and Carlos walking off stage, like that's not really what you're supposed to be doing, but it's more organic. Like if I hear a joke that I don't think is supposed to get a bell, I don't care if it's their time to shine. I want that buzzer first. Like give them that buzzer like you give me. And don't get me talking about that because I just thought about D-Rec and I ain't man. Let's move on.
Okay, so look. With all that being said, like, do you still stand with your decision to, audition, or do you regret that decision and wish you would have, pursued your music? I mean, you still pursuing your music, but I'm saying, like, at that time.
I'm saying, like, what's up with these SAT questions? Did you not hear me say I got kicked out of school? I'm not good with tests.
Okay, but I'm still asking you from the decision that you chose to make. Like
I'm joking. No, I don't regret anything. I actually did. It was just like it was one of those things where I was just like, hey man, if I'm naturally good at something, I'll do it because the honest truth behind it all. My first season there, I was terrified because I was on stage with nothing but like real comedians, and I use these because they actually do stand up, and I was the only one at the time. I think me and Tim may have did some, but I've never like been on stage in front of people doing actual stand up. So when I got on stage and I seen people like just naturally coming up with stuff off their head, I'm like, okay, this probably not work out for the long run. And then I had to realize that Nick didn't bring me on the show to be like everybody else.
True.
It brought me like, no, dude. Do what you do. Like use your character, use your improv skills. And it took me, I'm not gonna lie, it probably took me maybe the first 2 seasons to really find myself. And then once I realized like, oh, wait a minute, like I'm finna just do whatever I want. Like if y'all like it, you don't. If you do, whatever. And it's just the rest has been history. So no, I definitely don't regret taking that audition and just man, bringing me to this point now. Nick has opened up a lot of doors for the kid.
Well, the dope thing is like music is still a big part of that program. You know what I'm saying? And you definitely did your thing on that freestyle, that wildin' style. It was like when I heard, I was like, damn, you was ready to like assassinate old boy. What's his name? Spoken Reason. Like you said, this is my time.
You said who?
What's his name?
First of all, I was cringing as I hated. It just felt awkward. I'm like, damn, but I just felt like it was personal. Like it was personal. God damn, like I was cringing the whole time. Like, oh, stop.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Like it was that whole. I mean, do y'all want to know what happened? I don't know.
I do because I listen to a lot of YouTube commentary and I still really never got a clear answer.
Yeah, man, you can't like that's one thing about being like in the eye of the people. Like,
facts.
You can tweet you like red crayons. By the time it get to somebody else's page, like you don't even, you know what I'm saying? You like green.
Blue marker.
It's just so much. But long story short, it is what it is. He screwed me over back in the day with that song, and I never just like I went home, and after I found out that like he wasn't gonna drop it at the time, that I wanted him to, my mom was like, "Yo, you know what I'm saying? Look, you good? Like you just need to, you know what I'm saying? You got it. You creative. Come up with something else." So I was like, "All right," instead of waiting on him to drop it, because we shot it a month. We shot it, and then we were supposed to drop it. We shot it in January, but we were supposed to drop it on February 14th because it was a relationship song. So when I left his crib, I was like, "Yo, send it to me so we can drop it like tomorrow." He was like, "Nah." He was like, "But you gotta give people, you gotta make people wait for stuff. Like if you drop everything now, what they gonna look forward to?" So I'm like, "Man, all right, that makes sense, but it's my, it's mine. I want to drop it." You know what I'm saying? So anyway, went home, told my mom about that. She was like, "Just come up with another song." Came up with Ratchet Girl Anthem. Once I dropped that, he called me like, "Yo, you know what? I know we said we was gonna wait, but you on fire right now. and we need to add fuel to this fire. Meanwhile, I don't know anything about the game. He's only doing this because he's in the video, and all the clout that I'm getting from this particular video, he wants to add fuel to the fire because he's also in the video, right? So he played it, he did what he did. And to be honest with you, I didn't receive the I can't say that because I'm in a better place now, but at the time, he just set me up to receive more views and more money, right? And he went ghost for a year. Literally disappeared. Like, he called me and was like, hey, we're going to drop the video in 3 days. I said, perfect, appreciate it. He dropped it a day earlier without even letting me know, without sending me anything. He just dropped it. And, I got a text message that was like, hey, good job on the video from you and Spoke. And I'm like, bro, that video ain't out yet. Like, what you talking about? He's like, yeah, he posted on his page. So I hit him. I was like, yo, what you doing? Like, send me the video. He was like, oh, I'm at the movies right now, and it's like 12 o'clock at night. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I'm at the movies right now. I'm going to send it to you when I get home. So me being, just excited and dumb at the time, I tweeted the link from his YouTube to my Twitter, which was at the time was like just on fire. So all my fans went to his page and ran his views up and ran his bank up. And I'm just sitting here like, bro, like, I sent him the video. But I tried to call him in the morning the very next day. He was gone for a year. I seen him tweeting. I'm tweeting. I'm like, yo, send me the video. He's ignoring me. And then the next year, me and my little brother ended up in Essence Magazine, and it was like, you're best known for Ratchet Girl Anthem. And then right next to our page was he had his own page. This guy is known for his best song is Asking All Them Questions. I'm like, bro, like, I got 2 hits, but somebody else is taking the credit for it.
She ain't even on the hook or nothing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I tweeted how I felt about it, and then a year later, he hit me, was like, yo, be humble. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget who put you on your first plane. So I was like, bro, I ain't heard from you in a year. What's up? Like, that's how you feel. No, mind you, the views and all that stuff is over with. People, they'll go back. Like, years later, people would go back. The song is still popping, and he's received all that. So he decided to file a BMI, which is like you get money for spins if it ever hits the radio or wherever it's being played, iTunes. Can you hear me? Yeah, he did that 3 years later. And
that's that bullshit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So imagine like me holding this stuff in because for one, I'm sort of a private person. I don't care to try to tell anybody what's going on with me. So after I found out what he did, I kind of I kept it to myself. Like, most of my parents like, hey man, that's the game. Now glad it happened to you early. So long story short, I was chilling one day, 8 years later, I'm chilling, and I get a notification that he's like, down to me in his videos on Instagram. I could have said something then. I was like, okay, he's just doing this for attention. Man, like, leave him alone, man. It's been 8 years. Like, just let him have it. And then next thing you know, the next day, he was dogging Nick. He was dogging DC. He was dogging mainly everybody on the cast. Like, I should have been on their birthdays, all this stuff. So Nick thought it was a good idea to bring him on the show. And
Nick know what he's doing.
Nick is smart man.
Hey, he probably did. Like, I even hit Nick like, yo, he going, like, he down to you, bro. Like, he doing this for attention. You give him exactly what he want. And Nick was like, hey, man, I'm not finna stop no black man from, getting to the money, even if it's on my show. So my agent was hitting me up like, yo, we know what happened. Do you not want him to get on the show? We could take you off the episode. I was like, well, first of all, I get paid per episode.
I
get paid per episode. He's not finna run me off of no show. And I'm not finna stop him from getting his money. Like, I don't care about that. And it was just like, I was upstairs in the dressing room. He came up there and tried to dap me up. And when I seen him, I didn't even notice. I was like, buttoning up my shirt, and I see a fist like come in my view. I look up, and it was him. He was like, "What's up, dog?" I was just looking at this man.
Are you kidding?
Bro, right? So, but I'm having to keep it professional.
For sure, so absolutely.
Like, so I dapped him like, what's going on? And the rest was history. We get on stage, all this stuff was built up. I felt like it was just time. If I'm gonna do it, this is why we never made another video, and the people had no idea. So when I said it to him, when as you notice, when the show goes off, and there's a music performance, you can kind of see me and him like dap up. Like that was me doing away with everything. Like, all right, man, good show, whatever. and you would think that it's over.
You would think.
When the day the episode aired, that's when he tried to bring back the BMI, because everybody's saying, "Oh, you stole E-Man's money," and he put up the BMI like, "How can I steal if I put his name down here? He gets this percent, he gets percent, and I got the smallest percentage." First of all, you're not supposed to have no percentage. That's one. Two, you did this 3 years later after the song had already did what it was supposed to do. And he just made it a big ruckus. And I'm like, yo, I thought this was over. Like, you knew this episode was coming out. So why are you trying to like double back with negativity? And that's what just inspired a lot of stuff from there.
So do you think like it was just a bad, like, I definitely think that's grimy, but do you think it was like a bad decision on your end? Like, did he flew you out? Did he pay for studio? Did he pay for the video? And now he feels like he got ownership, because a lot of people feel like they make artists, you know, even though it's the artist's talent, they put in all this money behind them. Even though I know you said you got the buzz and then everybody went there, but do you feel like it was just like a bad new to the business, thinking people gonna be loyal or something like that?
Yeah, that was it, and that was the thing. That's why, like, never once did I discredit him. You know what I'm saying? Like, but here's the thing: I never knew at the time. I'm guessing he was one of the hottest things on YouTube, but I don't watch other YouTubers, so I've never heard of him. He's heard of me first, because what happened was I made an original video. You know what I'm saying? Like, I made the one where it was just me in front of the camera, like me and my brother usually do. And it was getting so much views. I guess it came across him, and his assistant reached out to me and was like, "Hey, Spoken Reasons would like to work with you." I'm like, "Who?" And then I went to go check his stuff out, and I noticed he had, like, you know, he had a lot of views and whatever. I'm like, I don't know this kid, but he seemed cool. You know, he worked with other people. So I was like, all right, I'll talk to him. Talk to my mom about, you know, because I've never been on a plane before. Talk to my mom, like, you know, do you think I should fly out there? She was like, go ahead. Like, if it's making you money, da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, all right, went out there. And I kind of, again, like I addressed it in my story, I kind of saw how he treated his assistant. So I was sitting there like, but this ain't, like, in the back of my head, I'm like, you shouldn't talk to him like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, I just caught a bad vibe, but I was just like, all right, well, I mean, I don't like to be in people's business, whatever they got going on. And long story short, this is how a lot of people don't know, but at the time when he worked with YouTubers, this is why he felt like he birthed a lot of people on the stage, because his technique was to discover someone, do an interview with them, and then do a skit with them. So what he likes to do is he'll drop the skit, the interview, for people to get to know who he's working with. And then he'll drop a skit, which is a genius, idea. But you got to ask yourself, why did our interview never come out? It's because he was grimy from the start. Like, he knew what he was doing. So it was like, bro, like, the least we shot 2 videos, but only one came out, and that was the official video. So he knew what he was doing, and a lot of people, I'm not gonna say any names, but a lot of people that y'all would never expect that he's worked with, they had the same story. And a lot of them, all of them have kept silent. Like, I've talked to some people who's some favorite people's influencers on Instagram, and they were like, yeah, I didn't even know he was making money. And then he tried to sign me, and I'm like, you ain't never just tell nobody? And they were just like, for what? Like, it ain't that's so long ago now. And it's like, wow.
Well, it's kind of like that culture vulture shit. You know what I'm saying? Just because you know something that somebody else doesn't know, like, you should put them up on game and not try to, you know, just come up off of people. Because in the long run, karma gets real. It seemed like on the show, he got his karma, because not for nothing, like,
in a classy way.
Even though you killed your style, like your freestyle, his comebacks was horrible, and everybody
it was all
like,
bad, man. That's why I felt awkward to watch. It was
so bad that people are starting to think like, oh, y'all set him up. It was staged. I was like, you guys don't understand, like, of course the videos are not up there proving what happened. Yeah. He was never supposed, I'm not gonna say never supposed to, but Nick didn't have any plans of him being a Wild 'N Out, you know? he always felt like he was too big for the show anyway, or whatever. That's what he was explaining in the past. And when he started lashing out, he was calling Nick all out his name, calling them bitches, and just like he was just going crazy. And Nick was like, "All right, cool. If that's how you feel, like, well, and Nick told him, I'm gonna give you one chance to prove yourself. If you feel like you should be on this show, come prove yourself." And you guys had to sit through 22 minutes.
That was awkward, man.
We had to sit through an hour.
Yeah, and it was all bad. It was all bad.
When I say it was like, it was so bad to the point where I even thought about like not going at him at Wildside, because like during the games I was just looking like, oh no, Karma got him. Anything that I do, like, then the karma gonna be on me, because clearly Karma just handled whatever he had to do, and I just didn't even want to go with him because I felt so bad. I was like, and then he touched my hair at the end and was like, "Yeah, nigga, before you say anything, I'll put you on your first plane." I was like, "Oh, okay, then I gotta say what I gotta say now." Because you
he started it technically, man. That's what was terrible about it. I'm like, oh man.
But I'm happy, like you're speaking about it, because
even
though outside of like the drama and stuff of it, like you putting people on the game about even how the YouTube shit works. Because I've seen a little bit of you talking about it, and you were saying that if he posted the video before you, that you is technically his, even though if it's your song. Where if other people post it after, you can flag their video. And I don't think I knew any of that, and I'm sure a lot of people didn't. And you just opened up so many people's eyes to just little stuff like that. Like, you gotta be careful, because it looks like people putting you on, but you know, even if they're doing it for their own come up too, like, what are their real intentions? And you like exploited that. And then just like you said, like how R. Kelly and all that is, like, once one person says, "Yo, he did this to me," 10 other people come out like, "Yo, he done it to me too," which is crazy.
When I say, and here, this is a little bit of, a little information that people also don't know. Like, I gave him credit for putting me on like how things work, but little did I know, he was behind it all. Like, because when I went to his crib, I asked him. This is after we shot the video. They were going home, and then before I went back to the hotel, I was, I asked him, I was like, "Yo, before I go, like, here are some pages." Before I even flew out there, people were posting my original video. Before I even knew who spoke, and the reason was a lot of people who knew about getting their videos monetized, they were posting my video, right? And at the time, my video it was going up, but it was slowly going up. It had like 200,000 views, right, within like the first couple days. And I seen some other pages. One page had 750,000. Another page had 500,000, but it was my video. And I read a comment, and the two separate pages was arguing. And they were like, "Yo, like, dude, like, you taking my money and my views, bro, take it down," and da-da-da. Now, me not knowing anything about the game, I come in, I'm like, "Yo, I'm actually the creator. It's my video. I don't know what y'all talking about, but I appreciate the support and love that y'all are giving the video." Whole time they racking up money. So that had to slide, right? So when I go to him, when I went to Spoken Reads, I'm like, "Yo, what's this about? Like, why are my views like this and their views are like this?" He was like, "Oh man, you're gonna have to take an L on that, because they taking money from you, but it's been a couple weeks. So you might as well take the L, but I'm going to show you how to flag videos. I'm going to show you how to take things down." I'm like, "All right, I appreciate that." So now it was like, he was like, "You might as well just take the L." I was like, nah. In my head, I was like, you know what? I'm still going to flag them, because for one, once this official video come out, people are going to want to look for the original. Right. So, let me just take this down. And when I flagged those two videos, my views jumped like 500,000 views in like 2 days, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm starting to know how to game. I appreciate you putting me on with that. Da-da-da. That's the reason why he dropped it first, because he knew this. Now imagine how I feel 8 years later. TikTok got a hold of it. It's re-blowing up. But now I can't take it. Like, I tried to flag the video. I tried to sue him. But that's how I found out, like, yo, YouTube, the way they work, whoever uploads the video first,
Yeah.
That's who it belongs to. They was on some stuff like, so really you might want to calm down, because if he filed a complaint saying,
wow,
it's gonna get ripped off your page. I'm surprised he didn't did that. So you know what I'm saying? Like, that was a lesson learned. And I'm like, sheesh, like even all these years later, this song, I'm surprised that this song is still getting millions and millions of love, but I can't do anything about it. And you know, they still clicking on his link or whatever the case may be, but it's a lesson learned.
Yeah, you got blessings coming your way. How is that YouTube money? You know what I'm saying? We see some people saying like, yo, like real vloggers and comedians nowadays, that's their route, even like Instagram and YouTube. How is that? And do you feel like it's I know it's not easy to make a career out of it, but can you make a career out of it?
Yes, you can. You can. And shouts out to one of the guys that literally making a killing and a career off of it. His name is Funny Mike. And he often talks about it a lot. But he once reminded us, like, yo, I just made $500,000 in 3 months.
Shit.
This man is he's a freaking multi-millionaire strictly off of YouTube. And it was like, he's literally doing $100,000, $250,000 a month. Mm-hmm. And, you know, and it's just, it varies. 1 month he may get 300,000, 1 month he may get 75,000. You never know, but that's a lot of money for somebody that ain't, you know, that ain't got no job. So how it works is basically ads. They basically put ads on your page, and that's how they pay you. You know, Sprite may hit you. Sprite just may put an ad on there, and I think it's every social site has its different way, like different things of counting a view. But I think YouTube is, if someone watches at least 3 seconds, that counts as a view. But it only counts. I'm thinking it only counts as unique views, and what a unique view is, like, it's 1 million people. You don't get, it doesn't count the same view twice. So if I watched it and I rewatch it another day, it's not gonna count that view. That's why it's so crazy, because it's like, yo, you literally had 30 million people watch this video.
Right.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
So, but these days, and because, you know, I've been doing Wild and Out on the road and stuff, I haven't been as consistent, or me and my brother has not been consistent as much as we would like. So they switched a lot of things around. Mm-hmm. So now I'm kind of pissed about it, because even though it's all about consistency, I still feel like they robbed me of all the hard work that I put in on building on subscribers. Because how it used to work was, anybody that subscribed would get a notification that, you know, the Hudson brothers just dropped a new video.
They don't be doing that no more.
That's why the views, like, they stack high, right? Mm-hmm. But now they're like, oh, it's only for active followers. Then you got to ring this bell, and once you ring this bell,
it's a whole process.
So, like, I literally watched it change before my eyes, because it was like 7, maybe going on like a 4 years since I posted nothing. Mm-hmm. And when I decided to post a new skit, we got 200,000 views in like 2 days, 4 days. So I'm like, okay, you know, 400,000 days in 4 days. Okay, we still, you know, it is what it is. For us not putting anything out for a year, all right, cool. Now we got something that we want to put out weekly, so it has to build. I put out maybe 4 episodes. By the 5th episode, when I dropped it, in 2 weeks, it only had 25,000 views. And I was like, well, nah, this can't be right, because I just dropped this video last week and it was at 600,000. So I called a few friends. I was like, yo, is there anything going on with YouTube? Are they messing with the algorithm? They were like, yeah, they just switched everything up. So you got to do it like this now. And it's never been the same. Never been the same, you know? You
would think they would want that many views and it'd be that many commercials. Like, I don't know, but it's crazy how people don't realize how deep it really gets, and how much bloggers and all that have to really understand, like, the business side of this shit. I did have a question though, like especially now, because I heard your new song, and it's definitely more conscious. How did you go from like the dress? Like, I know we were talking about like just like being funny, but just the dress, being in dresses and acting like that, to doing this. And is it like, how hard is it for people to take you serious after just wanting that type of music?
Well, you have to ask the people that can't take me serious, because to me, that's not my problem. Mm-hmm. And I say that with all, no disrespect, but like I'm an artist, and I'm a deep artist at that, because it's like, it's not even about being an artist. It's about actually thinking and having, intelligence, not taking away from people, anybody that can't take me serious. But as a writer and an entertainer, it's entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be honest with you, I'm gonna just go ahead and admit this. Our first choice to put on a wig, it was like, our management came to us with that. It wasn't white or anything for the people that's thinking, oh, you let the white man. It was nothing like that. Once we put out Questions and Ratchet Girl Anthem, that was just supposed to be it. And then the manager came in and was like, hey, you know what would be good, man? I think y'all should like go full out with the music video, because this is blowing up. Me and my little brother looked like, man, are you dumb? Like, no. It was like, bro, like, so they had to literally convince us, like, yo, for weeks, like, come on, man, let's shoot the video. Was going crazy. So I started thinking like, yo, if Martin did it,
absolutely,
if Eddie Murphy did it, all the greats, Jim Carrey, like, if you notice, this is off subject, but if you notice, like, the only people that really have a problem with me doing it is my own people. And they don't even look at, no one ever brings up Jim Carrey. No one ever brings up all the white people that did it. No one ever brings up the Martin and stuff. They only have a problem with it when, like, I don't know, black people do it. And they don't even know. When I say I'm a deep person, like, I went to school for speech and theater. So it was nothing for me to entertain. So
words.
To have to understand this, to be a speech and theater major, the least you're supposed to know is, back in the Shakespeare days, women weren't even allowed to act. So men had to dress up as women to do plays. So it's like this, men been doing that for the longest. Now, to say all this other stuff as far as like, well, I can't take you serious. Fine, that's totally fine. Listen to my music. And now, if it's not good, that's just your opinion. But when you start to try to convince everybody else that you can't take me serious because you're so used to me doing this, that's what's called being a hater. Everybody, you can have your opinion, but don't try to convince somebody why this is not good because of this. Like, if you're gonna have your opinion and you don't like something, I'm totally fine with that. So again, for me, I don't think about if people could take me serious. I literally don't waste a thought on like, hey man, you think they gonna did it? Because I don't care about that. And I've been doing music way before I put on wigs and tried to be funny. Right. And to address this, for everybody that may see this, to address this, a lot of people, they slander me. They try to slander me by saying like, oh, two things. They try to slander me by saying, oh, you built your career off trying to imitate black women. For one, ratchet is a behavior. So Absolutely. It's sad that whenever you see somebody acting ratchet, you claim it as ours. When every ethnicity has a ghetto, every ethnicity has a ratchet thing. So because the natural color of my skin and me just being an entertainer, you automatically assume that you acting like a black woman. And it's like, bro, nah, like I'm acting like I'm showing y'all how ridiculous y'all look, not in like a negative way, but just being fun. But people gonna slander like, oh, we built you. And it's like, all right, well, if you want to claim all that ratchetness is ours, I ain't a part of that. You can have it, And two, it's just like, understand, I'm an entertainer. That's what I do. That's why I feel like I can make the transition, and I'm going to give people what I want to give them. And I've done a song before. I had a song called "So Wrong," and it made it to Battlegrounds, and it won 2 weeks.
I remember that. Yeah.
Right. But here's the thing, though. They don't tell you whose song it is.
Oh,
they
wow.
just play it. So I'm listening to the radio. People are feeling my song. They're loving my song. But I knew as soon as they put a face to it, that's when they're going to try to say, oh, I can't take them serious. But you was just bopping your head and requesting it to keep playing it. That's why I just let my music speak for itself.
Respect.
And if you take me serious, fine. If you not, that ain't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
I got you.
I think millennials, that's what I love about millennials, is that we don't put ourselves in one box and think we have to stay that, us as individuals, sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry, sometimes we joke, sometimes we're dead ass serious, and I like that. Even with DC Young Fly, that's a funny dude where sometimes it's hard to think of him singing but then when he portrays himself like and does a music video and he looks dead ass serious as like a singer, it's like, yo, I can respect it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're showing people there's multiple sides to you, which just as humans it is. And I think the millennials are less fearful to do that than people were before. So I salute it, like, for sure.
I appreciate it, man. People just have to understand that they, like, in my journey of being like my career of just like, you know, ups and downs and things like that. One thing I've always learned to do is never pay attention to the criticism and never pay attention to the compliments. You're only as good as, you know what I'm saying, if everybody is saying like, here's your compliments, or if you read the compliments, you start to like get the big head off that, and then you start to slowly, you might not notice it, but you slowly start to give people what they want and not give them what you want. Because one thing I noticed is people will, I say it all the time, people will ignore your past, they will judge your present and predict your future. And what I mean by that is they don't have to do no research on you. They'll take whatever you do as face value. That's why a lot of people, when they see me wearing, or when they saw me wearing a dress or see me doing Wild 'N Out, they think, oh, he's the funny guy. And they call themselves fans and supporters, but they never go back and like, well, let me look him up. Let me watch his interview, see how he got started. If you saw that, you would know that I have a mixtape out and I've been rapping like that. It's just that comedy was like, yo, the demand is now, fool. Like, you need bills, you got to help your mom out.
That moment.
Let's do it. And then maybe once they stop ignoring my past, they won't judge my present, and they'll stop trying to predict my future and realize you can't put no lid on entertainment. There's avenues,
Absolutely.
more than one avenue to make money.
When did you feel like you made it? When was that moment for you? Okay, got you.
I'm gonna be real with people, and I really enjoy y'all for being patient with this interview, but because I really want to take the time and let people know what it's like.
Yeah.
People don't understand, like, success. I mean, you can get money like this. In a nutshell, success is a journey. It's not a destination.
Absolutely.
Because you can be successful here and be falling off here. Like, that's why it's good to have multiple talents or be, you know, good at stuff. My mom, I didn't understand it then, but I know it now. Like, when I was a kid, I wanted to go outside and play football all day. My mom was like, nah, like, I want you taking keyboard and piano lessons. Like, yo, what? That's lame. I don't want to do that. Like, she forced me to be in an orchestra. I know how to play the violin. Well, I used to. She put me in orchestra for 3 years straight, and I wanted to be in PE. I wanted to, I wanted to do this. And she's like, I don't know, man. Like, it's gonna pay off sooner or later. I'm like, man, I don't care about no later, Mom. Like, you doing in my childhood. Now look at me being in the industry. I wish I would have sat there and took those keyboard lessons. My songs I would learn how to write more songs. I would have been well off with what I wanted to do. Not saying I regret anything, but it's like people look at it like made it as, oh, you this, that, and the third. People don't even understand my first 3 seasons, maybe 4 seasons of Wild 'N Out. I literally had only $30,000 in my bank account. And I made that last for 3 years. So I didn't have a car. I was just literally paying rent and for groceries. But when people look at you on Wild 'N Out like, oh, like, dog, you done made it. Like, let me borrow some money. The whole time I'm like, bro, like, $30,000 is literally 1 year of rent.
Nah, that's a fact.
If they kicked me off this show, of course, that was the money from YouTube. I wasn't even getting really paid anything from Wild 'N Out. Like, you get paid per episode, and then they take half. So imagine 16 episodes at $1,000. Let's say I got paid $1,000. That's $16,000 in maybe 2 weeks, right? That ain't nothing. Because once they take the taxes out, you got $8,000 to your name to live off of. That's not even gonna last me 2 months. And I have to live like that for 4 years.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like, there's never no you finally made it. There's always like temporary stays. That's it.
So yeah, our show is called The Progress Report. We definitely agree with you on that aspect. I was just going to see what you was going to say, but we want to get your definition of how would you define the word progress?
Baby steps. Anything that is causing you to move forward is literally baby steps. Like that's progress. As long as you got a goal, I don't care how long it takes you to get that goal. Baby steps. That's what progress is to me.
Respect.
I agree.
You have to be. Oh my God, a lot of people, man. Even though there's so many ways to get where you need to be, if you're an aspiring entertainer, I'm telling you, man, like just. Oh my God! Look, I'm young, and I'm gonna tell y'all this.
You sound stressed, though.
I already know what he's about to say.
I'm not like. I'm so glad that I grew up in I have a spiritual background, right? I grew up with a spiritual mom and dad, so sure. I was built for this. Like, absolutely. And I'm not saying like all that was going on. I'm built for the slander that comes with it. Like, I'm okay with taking the road less traveled. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like God was like, even though times that I would question like, well, why this not popping off and this, that, and the third. It's like he'll literally tell me like, bro, you're not ready. You go back and forth. When you had 10,000 fans or 500 fans, you will argue with them. You think you're ready to be put in front of millions? No, like go on argue with them. Go on waste all the time that you doing on your own. And when you finally realize that a wise man look like a fool when you arguing with one, you're gonna stop. I'm gonna put you to the next level, and then we're gonna continue. I'm gonna continue to get this money for you, so you can do what you can do. My will, you know what I'm saying? So
sure,
I'm learning this, and a lot of aspiring. They really like. There was a quote that I seen like a lot of people see the light, but they never see the light bill. As much fun as you see people, as much fun as it looks on TV, I'm telling you, right there, parallel to all that success is enough stress to make you go, this is not worth it. All the $1 million that's coming in, I don't want it. Because when you become famous, everything about you becomes famous. And I really don't think people understand what I'm really trying to say. Like, my mom is a school teacher. So for me being famous, they harass her. Even if it's not harassing, it's like, yo, you know, being a school teacher, she would have to send some of the kids to the principal. Those kids would go home, tell their mom and dad. The parents would come up to the school, harass my mom, like, oh, you think just because your son's on TV, like, you can just da-da-da. And that's my mom, you know what I'm saying? Like, my dad's still at work working hard. You got people coming up to him like, what you still doing working? Your son's rich. Like, you should have this. And I'm just like, yo, if this is what it's all about, you gotta keep everything private. It's especially with all this stuff going on, like when it comes to politics, people feel like celebrities or influencers don't speak up because, you know, it's the white man. Nah, we got to be careful with what we say, because people read tweets and tones and pictures, and they believe everything that they see, and they don't ever sit there and just think about it. So if I don't say nothing, it's a problem. If I do say something, it's a problem. So as a quote unquote, what people label me or label other celebrities, there's a reason why, like, it takes time for a lot of us to say what we have to say. And even when we still say it, we're in trouble, you know? So it's like I said, this life is cool and it's fun when you're hanging out, taking trips with your guys and your girl and you're doing all that. But you literally have to behave for millions of people that felt like they made you. And if you're not, and they only call you a puppet when they're the ones not pulling the strings. So I have to say that. So if you're an aspiring entertainer out there, please be prepared for people to switch on you like that.
Shit.
I'm telling you.
Man.
That's deep, that's real. It's real.
Nah, for sure, man. It's been a powerful conversation with you, man. We truly, truly appreciate your time. Like, you know, is there anything else that you want your people to know?
Congrats to all the graduates out there, man. You guys did. I know you probably feel some type of way about not being able to walk the stage, but you did the most important part, which is ascend to the next level. So, you know, pat on the backs to them. Chess Moves is out. You can go check that out and start to slowly, if you would like to, and you are acceptive to the kid, you can slowly start to become a fan of Kosher and be on the lookout for I got a few more songs dropping, and maybe I'm working on an EP. But the official video is out. And again, even though I know this is an interview, to get to know me and everything, like, to be honest with you, I really didn't kind of even want to do this interview today because of everything that's going on. So again, take the time out to literally do whatever you have to do to bring about change of what's really going on. And I just seen this quote earlier. I don't know who said it, but all lives cannot matter until Black lives matter, So receive that, do what you can to help, bring about change. And just let's stay positive and keep on progressing.
Okay, progress. Wait, real quick though, why you call yourself Kosher as your music name?
I think it does. I think it also does explain like a different side of me, because like the question that you asked earlier, XL, is you asked like how is it going from like being funny to even though I didn't do this to like prove a point, but there is a deeper side to me, which is why, if you listen to the song, I don't know how much time we have left, but I'll go real quick. If you listen to the song Chess Moves, people are listening to it and they just like, okay, this a dope track, but I'm a deep thinker. I'm a huge chess player. So the first line is chessboard over the headboard.
Okay.
Right? With that being said, that whole song is start out. The beat is 3 minutes and 7 seconds. 3 minutes and 7 seconds is 187 seconds, which is code for murder, homicide. So when I released it, I dropped it at 3:07 p.m. I had a lot on my chest, and it was just like, okay, let me name this track Chess Moves, because the way that it started out, I had to strategically think about what I was doing. So if people understood that I put that much thought into a single song, that's probably just going to go over a lot of people's heads. You have to understand who I am as a person. So there's a whole different side of me. Like, I can be joking and doing all this stuff, but I really think deep and make sure all my, I'm just very, like I said, particular. So Kosher is more of that laid back, authentic, cool, straight to the point, like everything's kosher type thing. That's the urban definition for Kosher. I saw that in myself. I was like, it got a nice little ring to it. I thought about changing it when the more mature I become, but I like it because that's in me. That's who I am. So it's Kosher.
So do you want people to call you Kosher all the time, or are you E-Man when the funny stuff in Kosher in the rap game?
To me, I know that's probably super important. I know that's an important question, but at this point, I feel like both of them are just. I feel like the check coming to the same person. So I know I built a career off Emmanuel Hudson. If you want to call, I have people call me Kosher, like my hardcore fans. They're literally waiting on me. They're like, yo, about time. Like, I've been waiting on Kosher for this. I still want a video to this song Karma. Like, we want Kosher, bring Kosher back. So I think everything is gonna work itself out. Once I start dropping more music and people actually like it, it'll be easier for them to just be like, hey, that's Kosher.
Right.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I feel you.
Cool.
Thank you, guys.
Yep. Thank you again for your time, man. We truly appreciate it, and we'll talk to you again soon.
I'm not gonna lie, I was sluggish and just down about doing this interview, but talking to you guys, like, I'm so glad that you guys had enough patience to just hear me long-winded. But thank you guys so much.
Really we appreciate you. We appreciate you. All right, man.
All right, y'all.
Wednesday at 9. Tune in every time. We don't do no cap. Report only facts. Progress report. We got the news, new interviews. We got the stats. Keep it a rack. Come join the pack. Know where we at. Wednesday at 9. Tune in every time. We don't do no cap. Report only facts.